Namaste, soul family. This is Jules, and I have Erica and Naomi, and this is New Earth Pathways, the Starcaster episode. Welcome, everybody. We're so happy to have you here and just have this time to connect our hearts and bring in some really high frequencies. So Erica's going to start with the Starcast.
Yes, and before we start, I just want us beautiful women, let's put our hands on our hearts. And I just feel like we need to take a deep breath in. And exhale into our hearts. And just connect to this frequency. We're getting so many downloads and so much excitement is happening that I just want us to center in this exciting time, ground ourselves in this amazing frequency. And let's go. So our Starcaster forecast this week is fantastic. So our North Node just moved out of Cancer into Gemini, and it spent the last 18 months in Cancer, which focuses on home and family. And now moving into Gemini is going to be for the next 18 months, which is also a year and a half. And now we get to focus on communication, building bridges, and connecting the two. Full chills. So our dragon represents fate and good luck, and the North Node is known as the dragon. So as we are all on our own personal pathway to ascension, we are being called to communicate our ways of awakening, to communicate and open the pathways for others to join us.
What better time than to start New Earth Pathways? That's amazing.
I mean, I feel like we are so succinct with source, and we are so connected, and it's just so amazing, and it's magical. Like, we are just watching the magic unfold, and it's exciting and exhilarating. And as we have all said, our hearts are bursting with joy and love. It's like we're on overdrive.
I feel it. I think I said yesterday, how did I felt like I think I said those exact words. My heart is on overdrive. I was like, wait, that sounds familiar. Oh my gosh, I love it. And it's just that bubbly feeling that you're talking about is the excitement, but it's also just filled with this place of inspiration, because even though the pathway is still unraveling and there's going to be so many different pathways, but we're all in this together to claim heaven on earth. And I would love to do that visualization of everybody holding hands and circling the earth and allowing the energy from the heart to flow down our arms and then to hit the next person's hand and just to go all the way around the world. Do you want to do that for us, Naomi? Because I feel like this is kind of a visualization that you've talked about for such a long time, and it keeps coming forward, and I feel it already happening.
Oh, I would love to. So just, you can get comfortable and close your eyes, and in your mind's eye, connect down to the crystal core of the earth. And just feel the love and the support of being in a mother's arms. And wherever you're standing, it is so perfect, and we are so supported. So open your heart and connect to your personal star frequency. And as you're connected to your star frequency, just feel your frequency coming out of the tips of your hands and joined to your brothers and sisters of light next to you. And together, one by one, our personal light code just comes on, and we're lighting up the entire planet. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. I see this as the beginning of what we're actually doing. And it's so powerful that just the intention and getting this going, and the more people that we have come in to our mission or our movement, the more this energy is going to get stronger and stronger. And I really feel like that's going to be the biggest part for each one of us is personal ascension, because we're all doing it together, and it's just amplifying the frequency of the movement, which is creating the movement on the inner journey as well.
I feel that so strongly. We truly are building a communication bridge for this movement. I mean, that's the way I see it and feel it. And as our light shines bright, it's as if we are attracting other lights as bright as ours to all come together to make the brightest light beyond what our eyes could handle. That's the strength of this. It's more powerful than the sun.
The new sun. It's the new sun. And I also feel as, no matter where we are on our ascension path, there is a place in this family that we are growing. And gosh, it's so beyond the words, but because we're coming together as a family with an idea, or to reclaim or to claim heaven on earth and awaken again to that reality, because it's a reality that's already there. And we keep talking about that as just awakening the state of consciousness. And I was on a hike earlier this morning, and I had this kind of like aha moment of that all we have to do is awaken or reprogram our mind to be able to. It was almost like I could see these little electric, almost like little things of lightning that were just going like, and they were trying to come out. And then as soon as they got to a place where they were consistent, that there would be an outer reflection of that same current. And those are that's why I always say, like, whatever frequency we're vibrating at, that's what we're able to reflect back. But the difference with this was that as we continue to claim and to continue to ascend with just really conscious choice, and we're doing it as a family, that those synapse responses or those electric charges get even stronger. And then the ones that are coming in to meet it are actually holding, how do I say this? Another level of intelligence. And when they both meet, and it's not about it being in duality, it's actually just something that's already there. But as we begin to raise in frequency and are able to meet the electric charge that's there, it's like we get plugged in. That's literally what it looks like. It's like our brain just gets plugged in, and then all of a sudden everything just like moves out. And in that movement out, it creates this grid of information. Or we always talk about, just hook into the new earth. It literally is like a state of intelligence or a higher level of consciousness. And when that plug-in happens and we are all doing it together, it's going to totally shift the reality of not only what we see, but what everybody else sees as well. I mean, beyond the mind.
So how about together making an intention to connect, to receive and resonate with the grid of heaven on earth?
Love that.
And just feel it in your heart, like feel your heart open and connect to the grid. And just feel that energy and bring awareness into your heart and feel your heart opening to the grid of heaven on earth.
when I do that, it's funny that all of a sudden it's like I disappear. I don't know. It's just like, boom, I'm not there. It's kind of fun. I've been practicing that. Eric and I have had this whole journey. And I know, Naomi, you've been kind of like coming in when you're available to just kind of connect to that energy of no reflection. And yesterday, Erica and I were talking about it's actually not even no reflection, it's just being transparent. And if we're transparent, then not only is there no reflection, but we can completely either allow things to flow through, become everything, or be nothing at all. And it doesn't even matter which state it is. It's just what I really see it is like particle form that is just always in perfect movement, to where it's adjusting to exactly the frequency that it needs to be in each experience. And so I've been playing with that, with looking in the mirror of being transparent and allowing my particle form to expand out, and then connecting, of course, my consciousness to that. And there's been moments where I'm able to actually move past existing at all, and it's such a strange experience, but at the same time it feels so normal. So it's like, what part is normal and what part is not? And I think that's the whole journey here, is that we don't have to go on this alone. Like, we're going to get to states of consciousness where it's so out there that we feel like we're losing connection. But if we're doing it together as a family, we will always be connected in this. Even if we have our own personal journey, we're never alone.
If anything, we're brought her closer as one, because we're source and we are one. And when you were describing that transparency and how becoming a particle form, I automatically went to, we're in a spun state. And then again, I went to, oh my gosh, it's Ormus. And then I went to, it's like, we're constantly morphing in flow and fluidity with whatever frequency is coming towards us, because we don't know. We just know that we get to mold and flow and be fluid within it. So we're in a constant evolving. We're at this constant state of, I mean, it's like pure bliss.
And I love how you brought up the Ormus, because that's another thing that's been coming in really strongly, is how much that is going to actually become our, I don't want to be weird about it, but our diet. It's going to be, I mean, they did call it in the ancient times food of the gods. And as we begin to raise to those higher frequencies and higher states of consciousness, that, because it's something, it's not of this world.
Mm-hmm.
And
it can't be labeled. It can't have an identity. It doesn't have an identity. So in scientific terms, it doesn't exist, and yet it exists without a question or a label back.
That just makes me so happy. That is so true. And that's exactly what we're moving into. It's like we exist, but we don't exist. Like, we know it's there, but we're not there. And really what we're talking about is a state of consciousness, because our state of consciousness is what makes us exist to begin with. Like, it really is. And it makes us exist in the form that we're in now.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can move beyond even that, is when we really start to reprogram to the new human. I know it's like, what else do you say? It's kind of like, wait, mind bend.
Hello, divine mind.
But we don't, and that's just it, is that we all get to do this together. And no matter where we are in our ascension, I mean, for some people that might be just like way too far out there, but the whole deal is it doesn't really matter where we are, because we're in a time where we're past the karma, we're past law, we're in instant manifestation now. And the more we can practice that, and the more that we can move beyond the belief system that that's not true, ascension is going to go very, very quickly for those that are choosing that and those that are ready. And doing it as a family is only going to accelerate that ascension process. It really does. I mean, if you just think about even doing a workshop, when the energy starts to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and everyone's like, yes, yes, yes. And the high vibration just begins to soar. Well, we're committing to this on a monthly basis to raise frequency for each other, to hold frequency in the new earth.
Right. So everyone listening, if you're like, what are they talking about? We've created new earth pathways. And as natives, new earth natives, coming together in this new earth pathways movement, we are raising the frequency of the planet, awakening the shift to the 51%, and claiming heaven on earth that we know to be. So for everyone listening, if you look at the link below, you're going to see newearthpathways.com. Click on it and learn more. Join the movement. Be part of that 144,000 or more natives that are going to come together to shine bright and elevate out of this world.
That just gave me such big chills. Like, I have no doubt that this is happening. It's already happened. And now we're just walking the pathways to create the energy pattern for others, because we're already there. The 144,000, we're
here
together.
We're here. Wow. We're remembering together.
Yeah. Yeah, how fun is that? It's amazing. Yeah. Well, I'm just beyond words. I don't know what else to say. It's like there comes a time where you're like, there really isn't anything to say. It's just now it's time to experience and just have our hearts open and enjoy the path to remembering. And in each step that we take, we claim heaven on earth. So the process of building to the 144,000 or more will be the most exciting journey. It already is the most exciting journey ever. It's the best. Well, do one of you want to do a closing for us?
I can, Naomi, no worries.
I'd love you to, but just one thing that we've talked about. So something that we can do is, number one, make a commitment to live on heaven and earth. Well, number one is say yes to exist on heaven on earth. And number two is making a commitment to the high frequencies, and just let our hearts broadcast these frequencies out to share with our friends and family and the plants and animals and the trees, and just broadcast the oneness.
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Naomi.
Yeah, let's close with that, because that's amazing. So as we close our eyes and we connect to our bright light that we are here to shine and be and walk our heaven on earth and manifest our dreams, we say yes. Yes to new earth natives. Yes to being on the new earth pathway. Yes to this movement. Yes to this new earth station. Yes to becoming one with source and with light and with others. And as we elevate together as one, growing lighter and brighter and radiant beyond time, space, and limitation. We are expansive and we are one. It is done.
It is done.
It is done.
Namaste to all of you, and we hope to see you on the New Earth Pathways. And if not, we will see you in 2 weeks when we have our next Starcast. So much love to you all.
Love you.